So it's been fun watching the whole Ricky Gervais thing go down the past couple of days because we really needed something like his monologue to happen because of just how bad it's been in Hollywood and with celebrities. A lot of people are really sick of celebrities, and I think it shows. You know, it's like I was saying in one of my previous videos, nobody cares about celebrities anymore. It doesn't matter who's in a movie. No one goes to see a movie to go see an actor or an actress anymore. It used to be like that. You know, in the 90s and such, it used to be a big names attached to a movie. People would go see it. That doesn't really matter anymore. These people don't care. People don't care about celebrities anymore. They've just kind of fallen to the wayside. People are looking for real folks, I think, now. And that's why you see YouTube becoming such a big thing. I really do believe that. And that's why, you know, they're so desperate to change the atmosphere on YouTube and control it. You see kind of paid actors propping up. I can think of that YouTuber, the woman who had the snake in a van. That was a whole controversy going down for a minute. And that was, of course, fake. YouTube subscribing you to people that you didn't even know you were subscribed to, or you're getting unsubscribed to people. Like, people get unsubscribed to my channel all the time. By the way, make sure you're still subscribed. But I think he really helped expose a lot of these hypocrites in Hollywood. That's why you saw hashtag Hollywood hypocrites trending, trending the next day after the Golden Globes. And now you have the Oscars doubling down and going another year hostless. Now, if you remember, Kevin Hart last year was supposed to host the Oscars. And somebody went back, found some tweets that he said that were offensive from years ago. And, you know, it's time to cancel Kevin Hart. So he's a comedian, by the way. A comedian had to apologize for a joke. I mean, let's not talk about comedy. By the way, Ricky is a comedian, pretty funny one. So you can't even be a comedian anymore. The only ones that don't care are people like Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle, and now Ricky Gervais. Now, it's really funny. I'm going to go over some stuff on Ricky because he is very liberal, but he's tired of their hypocrisy. And like I've said in other videos, it's not just people on the right that are sick of this stuff. There's people on the left, too, that are sick of it. There's people that just want people to be normal. You know, these people going super far left and super far right, they're really just kind of making it hard for people that want to stay and hang around the middle or maybe slightly right, slightly left. Those people are in a hard time because people that are to the extremes on both sides are kind of crazy. And nobody's crazier, in my opinion, than the people that are in the extreme left. I think they are the exceptional ones, to be honest, because this is the stuff they do. You know, they devalue labels for sure. So Ricky Gervais gives that big speech, and what happens? Well, now we have to ask the question, is Ricky Gervais right wing? Now, this article isn't calling him that. They're listing out reasons that he's not. But that's where we're at. Like, if you voice any type of opinion that goes against theirs, you've got to deal with this. And if you go look on Twitter, there's all kinds of people blasting him, calling him, you know, oh, you're associated with that old World War II group, aren't you, buddy? You must be a Trump fan. All that stuff, all that rhetoric, trying to smear his name. I did a video on the Backlash a couple days ago talking about that. I just find it funny. But, you know, he's come out and he's been, you know, giving some speeches. I want to go over some of his responses because he's coming out and talking about why, you know, he did what he did. And then I want to show you guys this poll. So I thought this was pretty interesting. Entertainment Weekly put this poll out. What'd you think of Ricky Gervais's Golden Globes opening monologue? 84% thumbs up, 16% thumbs down. And it got over 131,000 votes, which I thought was pretty significant. I think that's a pretty good poll, even for a Twitter poll. And a lot of people seem to agree with what he said. And that gets lost on people. You know, these people really think, these people in power that make all of our entertainment really think that this woke crowd runs the show, and they don't. You know, they're just so damn loud, they drown out all the normal people. And I think people are getting tired of it. And you see it in some of these replies here. People are sick and tired of being given programs, movies based on the bias of Hollywood, drug-using socialists preaching PC garbage. Start making stuff real people want to see again. Stop start acting, stop politicking, trying to bring down the country. It's bringing down the industry. This person here, it's about time someone did this. We all needed this. Hollywood needed to hear this. It was brilliant. Thank you for your bravery, Ricky G. That was most definitely needed. Hopefully, they will actually take in what was said and realize they are not all of the real world. Most of us don't have power and money to get what we want. We just have a voting booth, and we will use it. And I think that that is a very nice statement. And I think you're going to see more people talking like that, and less people going to the theaters, watching shows. People are tired of this stuff. I think Ricky Gervais sees that, and that's why he did what he did. So recently he's came out and he's talked about why he did it. In this article here we have Ricky Gervais fires back at Golden Globes critics, makes vow, and he gives reasoning why he did what he did. Comedian Ricky Gervais has fired back at critics of his 2020 Golden Globes monologue after reiterating his vow to never host again. Taking to Twitter, Gervais made his point directly, tweeting, "I didn't roast Hollywood for being a bunch of liberals. I myself am a liberal. Nothing wrong with that. I roasted them for wearing their liberalism like a medal. I'm such a snowflake. I'm such a snowflake liberal. I can't even really hate them for it. But my job is to take the piss. I did that." This came after the actor replied to an article calling for him to host the Golden Globes every year by simply saying, "Never gonna happen." And one thing I want to point out there, that he shouldn't even have to say, but he talks about the fact that he's a liberal. And he is. He don't like Trump. He probably doesn't even like the Brexit stuff. That's fine. You know what he doesn't do? Shame you. Shame you for the way you view things. He just goes out there and does what he does. I think that's fine. You're entitled to have the opinions that you want to have. It's when you sit there and you preach all day, shove it in people's faces, call people names, label people, and then to top it off, they're a bunch of hypocrites. Now, somebody brought something up. They got a tweet here that I thought was a really good point. Somebody tweeted out, "It's amazing, really. Hollywood has no shyness about criticizing others, but when they are the target of criticism, they get offended. Mind you, Hollywood applauded Roman Polanski, a diddler," if you know what I'm saying. You can read that word right there. "And that's the tip of the iceberg. And they want to talk about ethics, please," one person tweeted. Now, Polanski is an interesting story, and that's a very good point. If you don't know who that is, you should look into him and what he did. Because he actually left the country after he did it with somebody that was underage. Left the country, could only direct movies outside of the United States so that he wouldn't go to prison. And he won an Oscar, couldn't come get the Oscar, so he won the award. They just put a picture of him up. And, of course, everyone gave him a standing ovation. A lot of these people that sit here and want to lecture you gave this disgusting person a standing ovation.
Goes to Roman Polanski for the pianist.
So that's why I find the hashtag Hollywood hypocrisy very satisfying, because that's what all of these people are. A bunch of hypocrites. They want to tell you you're a bad person, but really they're the worst of the worst. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. It's like a culture there. It's a very strange culture. A lot of people go into that pretty deep. I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, Ricky also followed it up with this. This is his response to what people were going around saying that he's right wing. He says, "I'm going to simply pointing out whether someone is left or right wing isn't winning the argument. 2, if a joke is good enough, it can be enjoyed by anyone. 3, it's not about you. 4, just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right." And I think that's a very good point. It doesn't. But that's how they want to win, That's how they want to win. If they don't like what you have to say, well, they just label you and throw you in the trash because they seem to think that's all they need to do. People are sick of it. So I like that he's speaking out. I wish we could have more people like him, Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr. It'd be nice to see more people rise up like this and speak their mind and tell it how it is. I'd love to see it. Will we? No, because you lose your job. He just doesn't care. He has FU money. So he's good to go. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about this. What do you think about Ricky? What do you think about the backlash he's been getting? Do you agree with what he's saying? I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. Also, throw a like up. See if we can get about 50 likes. Remember, likes and comments help videos move in the algorithm, so your interaction is very appreciated. Also, please consider sharing the video. That also helps a lot because YouTube doesn't do it. And make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that, and subscribe if you're new.